Wonderful. And let me start the presentation. All right, so welcome everyone. Today we'll have No Wallet Demo 7s. Our agenda will be the following. So we will first briefly go through the No Wallet community links. Then we're going to dive deeply to what was happening with our iOS DApp catalog release, what was like the issues and how we overcame them. Then we're going to sneak peek on our NFTs into the No Wallet, how we already implemented and what was done so far and what's coming. Then we're going to demonstrate adding 5 new Kusama parachains, which were recently launched to the No Wallet on the fly, just like we usually do. And we will also have a preview of EVM-based DApps support in our No Wallet browser. And in the end of the presentation, as always, we will review our roadmap and priorities. So let's begin. Sorry. Yep. So as usual, you can visit the No Wallet community by the following links. Feel free to download the application either in App Store or on Google Play. Join our Telegram community, Twitter, Element, Medium, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And now let's go to the demo part. So many of you probably noticed that initially we have released the DApp browser without the catalog support. So you can see on the right side of the screen, we have list of all Polkadot DApps available for the user to browse. However, there were some issues with the App Store review because they were thinking that the whole logic is not embedded directly to the No Wallet application. And instead, we are calling some logic on the DApp side, which is forbidden by the App Store policy. So we had to negotiate with them and we had to explain how exactly it works, providing architecture diagrams and so on. But all in all, after like 3 weeks of the discussions, we finally have been managed to release the DApp browser with the DApp catalog as we want to see it in No Wallet. So now our iOS users as well as Android users can develop the version with both like DApp browser and a DApp catalog. So that's a good thing. And just to summarize, 2.4.4 version in the App Store includes new features such as inclusion of DApp catalog with all ecosystem DApps, and also intelligent hints during entering anything in the search bar in a No Wallet. And of course, we are continue to improve our networking and work with the runtime of the networks. So that was included as well. So yeah, feel free to update to the latest. Now let's talk about NFTs. NFTs is our next part of Kusama Treasury proposal. And we have been working for last 2 weeks to build the foundation for the app to work with the NFTs. This includes the whole networking layer for fetching the NFTs from different networks, such as StateMine, Kusama with Remark version 1 and version 2 protocol, and other networks. So we have built the whole networking layer for us to continue deliver the user interface now for the features. And what we have done so far is that now the No Wallet is advanced enough to fetch the user's NFTs for the account. So we will see it on the demo. So in terms of these 3 screens, the first one is now available and ready, and we will continue to work on the second one, which would be the list of the whole NFTs, so the users can preview them, and also on the detailed information for the NFTs, so they can see the more info about certain NFT, like the description, the owner, the collection, and so on. And just to update everyone on our roadmap for the NFTs, in the context of our current Kusama Treasury proposal, we are going to integrate the StateMine NFTs, which are based on the unique palette. We will also integrate the networking for fetching the NFTs, which are based on the Remark version 1 protocol. That was done for last 2 weeks. And whole features will be available by the end of Q2, so by the end of the March, when we would like to provide deliverables for our Treasury proposal. However, that's not what's coming for the NFTs in No Wallet. Furthermore, we would like to expand NFT support by integrating the NFTs which are based on the Remark version 2 and next versions. We will work with a Remark team on that when they will finalize their substrate palette for the Remark version 2. as well as we would like to integrate something special like a marketplace user interface in a no wallet application. And for this, we will estimate, when we will get more information from the Remark team, and we will align to our priorities. Now, let's talk about another thing which we will also going to present on the demo. And this is about EVM support for our DApp browser. So we recently provided a DApp browser in Nova Wallet just to expand the user capabilities in mobile format. So now users with Nova Wallet can connect to any Polkadot ecosystem DApp, which means that they can utilize their accounts on any application existing in the ecosystem which supports Polkadot JS extension. So we have implemented this protocol on the Nova Wallet browser side. However, in the ecosystem, we will also need to support something called the MetaMask protocol, which our Ethereum-based DApps are using in the ecosystem, such as those who connect to the Ethereum, for example, to bridge the tokens, or those who are basically EVM compatible, like Astar, Shiden, Moonriver, Moonbeam, right? In order to support their DApps completely, we need to implement also the MetaMask protocol. And that's what we were trying to do for the last 2 weeks as well. So on the preview, you can see that we have screenshots of No Wallet supporting the Moonbeam app, RomDAO Finance, and the SolarBeam. Those are the applications on the Moonbeam and Moonriver network. So let me switch quickly to my iOS device to present you both NFTs and the DApp browser with EVM support. And while I'm doing so, feel free to ask any questions in the chat. All right, I think you should be able to see my screen now. Can somebody confirm it? Great. So we can see now updated screen of the assets tab in No Wallet, which now includes the section for the accounts NFTs, which includes at the same time the amount of the NFTs on the account, and also this little small previews of the NFTs, right? I would like to also remind everyone what our asset screen now looks like. So recently we have updated it in order to provide a categorization for the networks on the screen, because in our previous approach, it gets pretty much clunky if we would not sort in this way. So we decided to introduce something like network sorting. So you can see that now we have this sorting for Moonriver, Moonbeam, Karura, and all these assets are now grouped for the networks to which that belongs. And users can more conveniently browse their accounts now. So you can see that all the networks can be visible on one single tab with all the tokens supported inside of it, right? And user has an option to basically disable the zero balances, which gets a little bit more convenient now to use because we see only those tokens which we have on our accounts, right? Now, if users will not have any NFTs, then, for example, we will go to that one account, which is completely empty one, and we will see that we don't have any your NFT widgets, right? And if user has some NFTs, for example, another account would be that one. We have only one NFT and only one NFT is previewed here. So that's so far what we have done in user interface perspective for the NFTs. And I would like to remind you that we spent most of our time building the foundation for the networking. So now we will just continue to build the user interface, which I have shown into the slides. So yeah, that's the progress for the NFTs so far. Now let's go to the browser tab, which includes our DApps of the ecosystem. And I should have here the new catalog. Let me see. Let me also update my application. Okay, so before, and this is, I'm showing the internal version, which is the developed version of No Wallet, right? You can see this cat icon and the dev suffix. So before we had only those DApps which are basically Polkadot.js extension compatible, right? Or Polkadot.js protocol compatible. However, we're now testing the EVM protocol, which is basically the MetaMask protocol. And now we have just added, for the sake of the demo, I'm sorry for these icons, they're still work in progress. But yeah, we now quickly go to the Moonbeam and Moonriver DApps and to see how that works in no world browser. So let's try to have a Moonbeam DApp. Straightforward, it asks us to connect either via MetaMask or World Connect. So we'll tap the MetaMask one. And we can see that immediately it recognized the address. It recognized the balance and the other information. So the Moonriver DApp and Moonbeam DApps are pretty much useful for users if they would like to stake in their networks, or if they would like to claim the crowd loan rewards, because those are vested over the time. And those actually are features which are requested by our community members the most, to claim the crowd loan tokens, as well as to stake Moonriver or Moonbeam tokens. So let's try to claim the crowd loan rewards. I'm hitting tab claim. I have this similar pop-up message that we had previously in Polkadot ecosystem DApps, right? So I have my information about the wallet from application. I have the preview of my account address, the network, and the network commission, right? And if I'm advanced user, I can also go to the transaction details in order to understand more information about the transaction which I'm about to submit, which is coming from the app, right? So I'm going to confirm that one. And we see that the Moonbeam DApp is now showing that the transaction is in progress. And basically, we just need to give some time for it to process our transaction. So let's just wait a couple of more time. I can already see that, yeah, transaction is completed. And I guess that our balance updated is as well, right? So we just signed the transaction which came from our Moonbeam application, which allowed us basically to perform an operation in Ethereum DApp, right? Which is amazing. Now, let's try one more DApp in the Moonbeam and Moonriver. For example, I think Solarbeam is the one which is on Moonriver. Therefore, I have some balance in it. What we are working right now is that different DApps are basically communicating with the devices in a different way, how to connect to them. So that's kind of a bit a challenge part for us, because in order to provide an account addresses to, for example, Moonbeam DApp, that's one story. And in order to provide the account addresses to the Solarbeam DApp is another story, because those DApps behaves differently. So we're trying to implement the different aspects of MetaMask protocol. So therefore, we're still testing and researching this, how to improve the user experience. But for the Solarbeam, I need to just refresh this page one more time, and you can see that my account is basically connected. So I can try to do some swap here. So let's try to swap 2 Moonriver tokens to some Kusama tokens, which are existing on the Moonriver. Those supposed to be XC-KSM tokens, those one. And yeah, pretty much the simple user interface. Let's tap the swap, confirm it, and as well confirm it in Nova browser, because you need to we need to make sure that you would like to submit this operation as a mobile app. And we see that transaction is submitted. And yeah, I should have some more Kusamas on my account. So we can see that balance before the swap is 0.8 in this window, right? Above the cross-chain Kusamas. And we see that one swap is pending on the bottom of the Solarbeam interface. So we will just give some time for it to update, and then we will leave this DApp. I'm not sure what is the let's say speed of the swaps on the Solarbeam, but I'm pretty sure that everything is done correctly from our side. And yeah, we can actually see that the swap was confirmed and executed. So now our Kusama balances and Moonriver balances are updated. And we can see it as well on our main page of the node world. You can see that the balance is already updated there, right? So yeah, that's about the demo of both like current state of the NFTs, what we've done for the past 2 weeks, and the DApp browser by integrating the MetaMask protocol to our DApp browser, just to expand support for the whole Polkadot ecosystem, which are using either both Polkadot.js protocol and MetaMask, or one of them. Any questions so far while I'm here sharing the iOS device? If not, let's switch back to our presentation. Right, we just reviewed our EVM-based protocol in DApp, and let's move forward. All right, new networks. So if you were paying attention to the Kusama for the last like couple of weeks, we have seen lots of the winners there, right? So Subsocial, Litmus, Darwinia Crab Parachain, and Akika won the parachain slots and already launched their Kusama parachains, and those parachains are producing the blocks. That's the criteria for us to add the network, right? As well as having the version 14 metadata. So all of these networks on the slide are satisfying those criteria. Therefore, we will add them on our today's demo to the Node wallet. And the process is basically, let me briefly remind everyone, is the following. So Node wallet is advanced enough to get the information from the configuration file on our open source GitHub repo about the network. And once that's done, we basically can first test in our internal environment, like in dev application that I show you with the NFTs and the Ethereum DApp support, right? And after that, we can promote those networks if they passed our testing to the production applications for our end users. And our users don't need to update anything on their side, because basically it's just Node wallet fetching updated version of the GitHub, of the JSON from the GitHub. So let's see that file which I'm talking about. So we're going to our Node wallet NodeUtils repository. My team already made a pull request for promoting Litmus, Darwinia Crab, Subsocial, Cross Shadow, and Kika networks to the production application. And we can see that basically those, the information such like genesis hash, the information about the assets into the network, the nodes information. So those the info which is required for the Node wallet to understand how particular substrate network is working, so that on the Node wallet side, we can build runtime and basically use it in order to communicate with this network. So I'm pretty sure that my team did a good job. So I'm going to straightforward approve this pull request. And traditionally, we are going to verify it in the same way as usual. So I'm going to, like, side by side now show you the Android emulator with our Node wallet Android version. So let's merge it. And instead of dev version, which already contains, actually, if we will scroll down here to the networks, it should contain, yes, you can see the Kika and other networks. So we're going to close that one. And instead, we're going to open the production version of Node wallet, which should not contain yet those networks which we are about to add, right? If only I was slow enough to basically do all this transition between the dev and production app. But as far as I can see, we have only one Subsocial here. We don't have a Kika here. And we just need to give some time for the GitHub to update the basically cache on their side. So that changes that we just merged, they need to take some like up to 5 minutes time to update on their end. And after that, we can relaunch the Node wallet and new configuration file will be fetched. So we can basically go in our NodeUtils repo, chains, version 2 chains JSON, try to look at a raw file and scroll down. And we can see that the latest network which we added is Picasso and Zeitgeist. So that means that GitHub has not updated yet the caches. So let's just give a couple more seconds. And if not, we will just come back to the slides and come back to recheck the networks after it. But you can see that now it's just updated. So we can now see the Kika network, the Litmus, the Crop parachain, Subsocial parachain, and yeah, Crush Shadow. So what we need to do, and what others node users should do, they just need to relaunch the app, because we fetch this configuration file on every app launch, right? And it should now fetch the new file with configurations, and those new networks should now appear on the screen. So let's try to scroll down and try to find new networks. I don't see them yet here. So let's try one more time. Yeah, it's taking some time, I guess, to connect to these networks and to display them. By the way, are there any users can see the new networks in their production applications? I'm going to check mine on the iOS as well. Yep, I can see now the new networks on iOS production side. So I guess we just need to have some time for this application to update. Or maybe that one. Nope, that one is old. So let's just give one time, and then we'll continue our presentation. So I see that in the chat, Cole said that they got them. Yeah, I guess the thing is that my version, let me briefly check this. Interesting. All right, so let's skip that part, and I will take a look after. But I should have them on our iOS version. So let me quickly switch to that one. And we will just confirm that on, at least on iOS, we now have them. And we will take a look what's happening on Android side. So here I have the two versions, the production one as well. And I will try to find them now here. Yeah, at least I can see the Kika network and Litmus one and Subsocial channel. Okay, so basically we see that the new networks are loaded. I'm not sure what's going on with Android. We will check this, but I guess we can now go back to our demo and continue. All right. Plans and roadmap review. Now, what's next? We just finalized our Google Play submission. So now Wallet Android is also available on the Google Play. And we just released a new version, which is 2.4 version to the App Store with a DApp catalog. So all our users can now update to the latest in order to use the DApp catalog and DApp browser. And next, we're going to continue integrate the NFTs in terms of the user interface, right? After that, we're going to finish our Kusama proposal by adding more improvements to the user interface of the app. And after that, we're going to switch to Moonbeam Grant in order to implement natively in the novel user interface the Moonbeam and Moonriver staking, as well as such features like a cross-chain transfers between the Moonbeam, Moonriver networks and other networks. As well as we are planning to continue to include the community selected features in our backlog and expect us to announce more collaboration soon. We are working on it with the parachain teams. All right, I guess that's it from my side. Any questions? Hold on, I'm curious about the Android application. I might have overridden this version with a dev environment instead of production environment, and that's why I cannot see it now because iOS 1 got them. But yeah, I will check after the demo. And yeah, I think we are on time. So if there are no questions, then thanks everyone for joining. Thank you so much for your time and see you in 2 weeks. Bye.